Greetings, I'm Dr. Sean Reed, author of the Dating Toolbox, available on Amazon.com. Okay, so I've noted this in some of my other videos, but it bears repeating. The dating world today is one of the worst dating situations in human history. And as a result, a lot of guys have given up on dating. And my argument is that you don't need to do this, that you can date successfully. What you need is a system. If you have a system, then you can date successfully, even though dating is rough in the modern world. I will come out and say, quite frankly, that, and again, this is a rough estimate, but only 25 to maybe 40% of the women under current cultural, sociological, and economic conditions are really long-term relationship quality. Put another way, only maybe 1 in 4 women are the kind of women that you will be able to marry and have a successful marriage. And the key to that is a system. You need a system that carefully selects and sifts through all the women out there to finally produce a high quality woman. And that's why I argue that dating is a numbers game. You're going to open lots of women. You're going to talk to lots of women. You're going to date lots of women. And most of those women won't work out, but over time, you'll be able to sift and select a very high quality woman. All right. So today, what I want to talk about specifically is ways in which you can accelerate the path to intimacy. I generally argue to never try and have sex with a woman on the first date. Wait till the third date. I say that because if you try and have sex with her on the first date, she's probably going to turn you down. If you don't pursue sex on those first couple of dates, then she's going to be open to sex down the road. However, there are some ways to speed along this process. Specifically, I want to talk about the yes ladder and the venue change. So let's say you have arranged a first meeting with this gal and you meet her at a coffee shop. So you're going to go there, you're going to engage in some witty banter, spend 10, 15 minutes talking to her, looking for red flags, boosting her interest level. You're going to be witty, you're going to be fun, you're going to keep things light. You're not going to share a lot of personal information about yourself. Mostly what you want to do is you want to get her talking. You want to get her talking, you want to get her laughing. When she asks questions about yourself, I generally deflect them. Again, you want to give her information very, very slowly. For example, I was on one of the seduction forums the other day, the relationship forums, and this guy says, well, I'm not having success with women. On the first date, I tell them that I'm on the autism spectrum, and, for some reason that seems to turn them off. Yes, of course. You don't share information like that immediately. I quit drinking a long time ago, but I made the mistake early on when I was dating of saying, yes, I'm a recovering alcoholic. I haven't had a drink in 33 years, but I made the mistake of saying that on the first date. And of course, I didn't get a second date. So we want to be very sparing with information, and we want to get her talking. We want to get her, for the most part, sharing information. Okay, so let's say it's 15, 20 minutes into your date with her. You're getting comfortable. You've got her talking. You got her laughing. What are some ways to escalate the intimacy process to get her more comfortable with you quicker? Well, a couple tools I like to use are something called the yes ladder and the venue change. The yes ladder and the venue change. The yes ladder is a sales technique where you incrementally build positive responses for sales. They would use that to ultimately get the sale. We do this to speed the relationship along. So I'll be at the coffee shop with this gal. I like her. Conversation's going well. I'll start to ask her some questions, building towards where I want to take the conversation. So I'll ask her something like, you like shopping? Do you like shopping? And she will say yes. I will say that, do you like the mall? She will say yes. And then I will ask, oh, so you like shopping at the mall? Yes. Then my next question will be, well, hey, you want to go shopping at the mall? So we're now at a coffee shop on our first date, 20 minutes in, but I have built her comfort level and I've successively got her to answer in a positive manner my question. So sure, I've done this many times. Sure, we'll go to the mall. Now, when we go from the coffee shop to the mall, that's something known as a venue change, okay? A venue change, the advantage of a venue change is that psychologically, in her mind, she now thinks, oh, it's not one date, it's 2 dates. So when you go from the coffee shop to the mall, now mentally for her, she's thinking, oh gosh, this is our second date. And, good girls don't put out on the first date, but on the second date, I'm going to become a little more comfortable. So you take her shopping and you want to move. Now you're not shopping to buy her stuff. Don't do that because that demonstrates lower value. And we'll have a separate video on value, demonstrating higher and lower value. If you start buying her stuff and immediately spending money on her, that's going to say, the message that gives is, oh, you're worth more than me and I have to spend money in order to be with you. So don't do that. That's why we don't do expensive dates early on in the dating process. So you go shopping, and what I would do is I would go shopping for a shirt. So I'd get the shirt, I'd try the shirt on, and then I'd take her back in the dressing room, and that's where you want to kiss her. That's where you want to move forward and kiss her. Don't try and have sex with her, okay? I once had a client, he actually had sex with a gal in the dressing room. He ejaculated inside her, unfortunately, against my advice. And then he started clinging onto this girl and he stopped dating other women. She became the one. He developed what is known as one-itis. And 4 months later, she dumped him. Thank God he didn't get her pregnant because that would have really created problems. So we're going to take her in the dressing room just for a makeout session, okay? Don't try and go past second base. Just kiss her, fondle her maybe, and then get out. And then at this point, you want to end the date. So at this point, you want to bring her back to the coffee shop, back to her car, going to the mall. Ideally, you want her comfortable enough to go in your car. If she's not, let her take her car to follow you. That's okay. But we use the yes ladder and the venue change in order to build rapid intimacy. So now psychologically, she has thought, hey, I've been on 2 dates. I made out with this guy. And then your next date, you may escalate the process even further. So again, we want to speed along intimacy. These are tools, these are examples of skills you will learn that will make you a more successful dater.